Clinic owners, here's the harsh truth. If no one on your team wakes up responsible for reactivation and follow-up, it's just not going to happen. It doesn't matter how good the campaigns are, how fancy the AI is, or how many ads you buy. In this video, I'm going to show you who should own this inside your clinic, what their day actually looks like, and how to make the role small and focused enough that it can work in a real practice, not just on a whiteboard. We call this person our Patient Revenue Coordinator, or PRC for short. Up to now, you've probably put this work under front desk or marketing or admin. But here's what that looks like in reality. Your front desk is answering phones, checking people in and out, dealing with insurance questions, chasing forms, and when it slows down, maybe they send a few texts or email. If you have a marketing person, they're juggling social media, random campaigns, maybe talking to agencies. And then we're surprised when past patients don't hear from us for 6, 12, even 18 months. Leads fall through the cracks. No one can tell you how many messages went out last week or how much revenue came from our existing list. That's not because your team is lazy. It's because no human owns this outcome. The PRC role exists to fix that. So what is a patient revenue coordinator, you may be asking? In plain English, it's the person in your clinic who wakes up every day responsible for one thing: turning the people in your database into booked, showing, paying patients. That's it. Not posting on Instagram, not designing flyers, not doing billing. Their job is running reactivation and follow-up campaigns to nurture retention. They handle replies, booking patients, and updating a simple dashboard so you know what's happening in real time. If you have someone doing this consistently, the rest of the patient revenue department can actually exist. If you don't, everything else we're talking about really stays in the nice idea land, right? So let's make this practical, right? Here's what a PRC's typical week look like once the system is installed. Daily, they're checking the dashboard first thing to see how many messages went out yesterday, how many replies, bookings, and shows did we see. They respond to patient replies from campaigns and follow-ups. They answer simple questions. They offer times available for the clinic. They get them on the calendar. They make a short list of people who almost booked so then we can follow up with them again. Weekly, they run or schedule that week or next week's reactivation or nurture campaigns. They update the simple metric sheet with messages sent, replies, bookings, shows, revenue collected. Bring wins, problems, and questions to a quick meeting with you. That's it. This is not a 40-hour-a-week role in most clinics. In a lot of practices, it can actually start with 10 hours a week from an existing team member or a part-time hire whose entire world would be this. So let's talk about who should fill this role. A good PRC, they're usually organized, reliable with details. They're comfortable on the phone and in text. They're not afraid to follow up multiple times and okay with being measured by numbers, numerical data. They do not have to be a marketing genius, a tech wizard, or super extroverted salespeople. In a lot of clinics, the best PRC is someone who maybe it's the front desk person who already likes structure and list. Maybe it's the admin who already handles scheduling and just need a clear playbook. Or a part-timer who wants a simple, measurable job. The wrong person for a PRC is someone who hates being held to metrics. They're not accountable. They avoid patient interactions. Or they're already drowning in 10 other jobs. That's not going to be somebody who's going to excel and thrive as a PRC. Here's how you keep this role from becoming vague marketing, right? We want to give that PRC a simple scorecard. Every week they report to you on how many messages were sent, how many replies received, how many bookings were made, and how many people actually showed and the cash revenue collection from those patients. Those numbers tell you, are we actually working our list? Are patients responding to our texts and emails? Are we getting them to actually show? And is this bringing in cash? Because when we build this department with clinics, we give them a one-page PRC scorecard and a basic daily checklist. It keeps you from having the how are things going conversation, right? You will know in an instant when you look at that one page or one scorecard and determine immediately if the role is working. If you're thinking, well, my team's already slammed, we can't afford another full-time salary, Kev, or I don't even know where to find this person. Here's how we usually start. We carve out 10 focused hours a week from an existing admin or front desk. We strip a few low-value tasks off their plate to free them up. We give them the scripts, campaigns, and scorecard, and we support and coach them while they get their reps in. As the departments start pulling in consistent revenue, then you can expand the hours and make it a dedicated role. We don't have to make it complicated in the beginning, but if you don't have the bandwidth, you actually don't need to start with this huge organization chart. You start with one human and a clear job description. So to recap, okay, reactivation and follow-up fail by default because no one is waking up responsible for the outcome. The patient revenue coordinator, or PRC, is the person who owns turning your database into booked, showed, and paid patients. And we keep their world small. Campaigns, conversations, and a simple scorecard. That's it. We do not have to overcomplicate this role. So in video number 4, I'm going to show you the system we plug this role into. The actual campaigns, the AI and automations, and the dashboard that makes the numbers easy to see. So click over to video 4 now, and we'll make this role feel a whole lot less abstract.